Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kit Holmes. It is Transformation Tuesday, and Kit Holmes from Unity of Wimberley, Texas, coming to you again from Northwest Michigan in some beautiful sunny weather. So last week, I talked about the explorers who courageously followed the callings in their hearts to discover new lands and new waters, how they mapped it out so that future generations, future travelers could find these places as well. Given the technology that they had at the time, we have satellites and everything that can map things for us. But they drew out, rudimentary things, but they left a plan, they left a map for others to follow. We are receiving callings on our hearts every day. Points of guidance along the way, like a personalized roadmap to being more of God or Spirit in expression. Too often, we don't listen to those little pieces of guidance, and when we do, we often fail to take action on them. Too often, we don't do the human part of creating a plan to reach the goals and the desires of our hearts. We get caught up in the old paradigms that keep us stuck in saying, believing that we can't have and we can't do. The plan gets thwarted, we get thrown off track, and then we go down several rabbit holes and find ourselves back to square one of not having changed, not having expanded our experience or our expression. So we want to be, or we think that we are, in control all the time of how these things happen. And while we're going along and we're inspired, we're great, and then something gets hard. It gets hard to do. We get challenged. We are being asked to grow, to stretch, to do something new in order to have the new experience. And too often we quit. Or we blame God. And we hear things, we hear ourselves saying it, we hear other people saying it. Oh, it was God's will. Oh, it was luck. It was fate. This is the reason why this happened to me. When we're spiritually immature, and this is not a criticism, but it's an awareness. When we're spiritually immature, we often don't realize that there are laws, these beautiful, actually very simple and elegant laws in the universe that were given to us for us to work with, in harmony with. And when we do, when we grow spiritually, when we mature spiritually, and we realize we can work with the law, these seemingly extraordinary things, positive changes, healings, resolutions to situations that we thought were impossible, they begin to happen. Ernest Holmes, the founder of The Science of Mind, the textbook The Science of Mind, the founder of religious science, he says this: ignorance of the law excuses no one from its effects. Let us realize and work with this sound knowledge and perfect faith, that as high as we shall make our mark in mind and spirit, so high shall be its outward manifestation in our material world. The simpler way of saying this, and you've probably heard this many times before, is change your thinking, change your life. We are given the power of will. The will is the thing that we will do, the power to do what we say we're going to do, our follow through, our action steps. To work in harmony with the ultimate travel planner, the ultimate cartographer that is mapping the way. The one with a big one, O, the one who puts its desire in our hearts in the first place and gives us access to all of the resources to get us to the manifestation, to the experience. So this week, in your transformation practice, I invite you to take a few moments, probably more than a few months. How about an everyday moment to get quiet and ask, check in. Where do you really want to go? It's estimated, and I would say this before COVID, before the virus, before the pandemic, that most people spent more time planning their next vacation than planning what they wanted the rest of their lives to look like. Think about that for a minute. So get quiet this week. Ask, where do you want to go? What do you want to experience in your life? Where is it that you really want to go? And listen. And ask, is where I'm being called to go? Am I following it? Am I taking action? And where am I heading? Is it really where I want to be going right now? So aim for that spot on the map. Get clear on why you're aiming for it. Know that you have the power to direct the flow of the energy with the harmony that created it. And don't quit. Don't give up. And if at any time you feel lost, simply ask the most profound, pray the most profound of prayers, which is simply, God, show me. There's a map there. It's made just for you. Have a marvelous week. I invite you, if you feel so moved and so inspired, please text the word give to 361-356-3184. If you haven't signed up for the Tithely app with that text to give thing, it will walk you through the steps. It's very, very simple to do. I thank you in advance for supporting Unity of Wimberley and our Transformation Tuesdays in every way that we are working to stay connected with you. I love you all dearly. We'll see you next week.